Inside Story Uganda. Real source of political up.
Media consultant mukuna Tamale Mirundi. Mutamani wa mole namatovu ne Yohana Mirundi.
Nde njagala sente.
Neba kuwa ku sente.
Aliwa.
Abantu balowooza
myaka mwenda.
Bwe mwabadde mu State House.
Museveni tambanga ku sente.
Ku birthday.
Ne mukozesa mpanga ku sente. Nti amanyi. Balowooleza mu bupakasi. Nina okugenda ku NBS kubanga yaliwo abooku ngani akulimba.
Okay.
This government again. So anybody who peddles this thing, minister, how nze mwababba nzo musajja omusiramu defending aba BMBZ the collective responsibility. Can I join this government? I want money. I support Muhozi honestly. Simumanyi.
Muhozi wakubwa minister Butwala.
Bweriba ya Muhozi ndi bukola. Ya Museveni sijiddamu. Banjo oganyi. Bamawulire ne banyonona. Bayise nyina bamukebera omutwe mange gwe bakuba. Babala Buganda Riotas.
Ogambye oyagala.
What did Museveni give her?
Oyagala General Muhozi akwate mama mutwale wa.
Yes, musaba kyokka.
Mbadde manyi wadde ku dinner. Tewamutuukidde kumukubako amaako.
Anti siri mulebesi. I'm a very arrogant man. Very arrogant. Tikati nonye Muhozi munonyezeeki. Mama mutwale wa muzeeyi. Amulabe nkyogera. Mange emmotoka baamukuba ne bamuyisaako n'emmotoka. Era ngamba singa tewagenda wa mukama wooyo singa okugulu kwange nkulina. How pain, do you know the pain I feel when I see my mother? Ekuripo atabba lumonde atabba kye yawagira Museveni. Njagala we musimanyi waliwo minister mukirete. Ba muntu sasa mutu. I want money. Ninataka pesa peke yake. Njagala kuwummula. Soma katabo tugende.
Okay, katabo tugenda kasoma ali ku Radio 4 Radio 7 bakaita The Lion and Masai Warrior. Kabanyamire nyako.
Anybody who thinks that Mirundi wants a job is a joke.
Memuli mukunduka mwenda muvayo buvi.
I'm ready to go home and make a bricks. I've survived for 9 years. Nerita amakumi abiri. Agamafuta lwakuba okuyazijjawo.
Mwenda muvayo nolebye ne mayinja yakabega tako kati yakubya olima byaganye.
If a leader or a party humiliates those who deliver committed and dedicated service, ends up using mercenaries.
Namtulira?
If a leader or a political party humiliates those who deliver committed and dedicated services, then he resorts to using mercenaries.
Kasoma katabo. Tandikirewa.
Tujja kujogebwa nga bwe bakujjayo bwe bakanyuga bwe bajjeno. Nze I support Muhozi genuinely. Sagala lwabo amanya bagenze emyaka.
Bakubwa minister ba.
Sikola.
Kifo kiba kigazi ko kusinga kino kyolina. Echa advisor. Echo wa minister kisinga.
Nagenda dda. Nze nkyasobola kati ku myaka 65 okukola mu government. Defending ababbi.
Government Juda ababbi.
Ntisobola.
Kale kansome wano. Ntandikire wa
ako pala kola fakali wagulu awo. Lupapula lwenzinze.
Oyagala ntandikire. Paragraph eri wano waggulu wa.
Eriko ki?
Ndaba kan Museveni term.
Waliwo weetandikira. Kan Museveni term lwabo ogwo.
Wawo oyagala ntandikire. Olupapula lweno lwozinze. Ogambye da?
Muhozi oba talina kyampa mwagalanga muntu oba tampadde oba kire ekye musaba mange bambi yalifudde bulungi
ng'atuseeko wa president
nalweso yamugana omulaba.
Kale kansome wano ali ku Radio 4 katabo kantuze nga tukasoma naye page eno tetugisomangako bakayita The Lion and Masai Warrior, the casualties of the succession battle. Okay, wano wagamba, on the other hand, a Masai warrior is trained to tame lions. It is believed that since lions do not expect to be challenged by any other animal, they take a long time to recover from the shock when confronted. Secondly, a lion does not feed on dead animals, It also tests the health condition of its prey by forcing it into a race. This is why the lion startles a herd of antelopes before it identifies the target prey and chases it. Also, before a lion eats its prey, it scans the area around to ensure that it is not attacked while consuming its meal. The Maasai warriors studied these tactics of lions. They actually trained themselves with lions by leaving one person to fight with a lion until they see that he is overpowered and come from their hiding place to rescue him. Learning the behavior of lions keeps them well prepared to confront the king of the jungle. Omutwe. Can Museveni tame Rwabwogo? You wrote it here. I don't know which Rwabwogo. Nino Gamba. In my book, Who Keeps Museveni in Power, I emulated President Museveni's attributes and how he defeats his enemies. Museveni is a myth. He is not even understood by many, and nobody can know his future plans. Museveni detects enemies from far, but takes a long time to act. He lures the snakes out of their holes. For example, he watched Amama Mbabazi's activities for a long time until the fall of the hammer. I always ask people, for Museveni to strike a deal with Garuga, in bracket Mbabazi's rival, and the dropping of Mbabazi, what came first? Museveni directed officials of NADS to inject billions of money into Garuga's tea business, even before dealing with Mbabazi. Museveni also promoted Henry Tumukunde to Lieutenant General. Then, it was unenergized Tumukunde who fought Mbabazi. Museveni also did not listen to complaints about General Kale Kaihura until the hammer fell. He sacked his young brother, General Salim Saleh, from the position of the army commander and from the office of the state minister for finance. Museveni surrendered his in-law, Alice Kaboyo, when she found herself caught up in the Gavi funds scandal. Kaboyo was seen carrying her mattress to Luzira prison. Museveni openly and on the live television disagreed with his wife on reopening of schools during the COVID pandemic. The question is, why would they disagree in public? A story is told of his close relative who stole his cows, and Museveni reportedly surrendered the man to law enforcement officers for prosecution. It is rumored that Museveni's father, the late Muze Amos Kaguta, saved the man by staging a hunger strike. In 1986, the most powerful women in NRM were Madame Gertrude Njuba and Hajat Janet Mukwaya. When escorts of the late Oliver Zizinga killed a suspect, Museveni surrendered her to face the law. Zizinga was only released by court even when she had lost 9 children in the war. Museveni sacked General Eri Tumwine, a member of the 27 pioneers of the Luwero Bush War. General Tumwine is one of the Bush War heroes with a permanent reminder of the Kabamba attack when he lost his eye. Those who were in the bush know the role Chobe played during the initial stages of the struggle. Even when Museveni was leaving for Libya to meet Gaddafi in 1986, he spent the night at Chobe's house. However, when Chobe found himself on the wrong side of the law, he was arrested and surrendered to the law. Haji Sserunjogi, who was recently arrested on orders of State Minister Sam Mayanja, contributed enormously to the NRM struggle. One of his wives was grabbed by a soldier during the Bush War days, only to be reunited with Sserunjogi after the war. In spite of all this, Sserunjogi was put behind bars. During the Gavi funds scandal, Professor Gilbert Bukenya, the former vice president, who used to call himself Mahogany, was also put in prison and he had to face the law. Sam Kutesa, whose daughter is married to Museveni's son, and the two married from the same family, also suffered the same fate. He was dragged to the dock and humbled to the bone marrow. The only thing he got was seeing Museveni's family members present in court. Major General Jim Muhwez, whose wife played the role of Senga at the handover ceremony for Museveni's daughter, also found himself in Luzira prison during the Gavi scandal. What about General Moses Ali? He arrived in Uganda from exile aboard a cargo plane with Land Rovers and bodyguards. Upon meeting Museveni, he said, "You killed people, and I killed people, therefore no apologies." Moses Ali was demanding for the vice presidency according to the Tripoli Accord of 1983. That's what is here. He used to attack Museveni during NRC days until he was arrested, charged with treason, and imprisoned for more than 2 years. Whatever he has today has been achieved on Museveni's terms. What about Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Rutaya, who single-handedly paddled the canoe and ferried Museveni across Lake Victoria from Kajansi to Kisumu on his way to Libya in 1983? What about General Pecos Kutesa, who was Museveni's trusted ADC? He accompanied Museveni to Libya in 1983. However, when he failed to capture the parliamentary building during the final stages of the war, Museveni replaced him and he died after a drinking spree for idleness had taken toll on him. The list is endless. Therefore, this takes me to the final submission. Will the Maasai warrior defeat the lion? My submission is that Museveni is still in a position to defeat anybody threatening his government. As I enumerated above, Museveni is in a retiring age. Museveni's future insurance is a stable Uganda where he will be able to look after his cows and his grandchildren. Museveni cannot therefore allow a hostile group to take power in Uganda. Those who want to rule Uganda after him must keep this in mind. He is in a better and strong position to ensure an orderly and peaceful succession, to guarantee himself a peaceful retirement. God has given him a long life in power, and he has keenly observed the mistakes made by his counterparts, like Libya's Muammar Gaddafi, Kenya's Arap Moi, Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe, Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia, Mobutu Sese Seko of Zaire, and Angola's Dos Santos. He has been able to see the end of Sudanese Omar Bashir and Egypt's Hosni Mubarak. Museveni has also been able to tame local lions like General David Tinyefunza, who he observed in the bush in operations in northern Uganda and during his stint in Luzira prison. The Baganda have a good proverb, Echuma chitta muwesi, which means that it is the blacksmith who seeks the metal and not the vice versa. Echuma chitya, not chitta, but chitya muwesi. The Baganda have another saying, Kakulu takulirwa, meaning that although a hammer can crush the rock is stronger than the hammer. The hammer is made by man, while the rock is made by God. While the hammer can crush the rock into pieces, it cannot turn the rock into ash. A student can never be better than his trainer. Katabo Yukakoma, authored today, 7th March 2022, at my residence at Zana, completed at 10:30 a.m. Omuwandiisi Joseph Tamale Mirundi. Bipapula bya URA ebyomusolo. For the first time I've received them.
Yes. The monopoly on beef and the milk has gone. Yes.
Okay, Museveni president actually in position of crushing anybody.
Anti kakati chiri bwechiti. Why are they missing the point? They miss the point. Fabaganda tukugamba. Mwana wange. Bwobato tidenze oliti amalalo. If you don't respect your father, will you respect his grave? Don't know what it means. Tainza kuwa busika. Ujja kutunda webali muzika. This is what Muganda means. If you want your busika, I should be able to respect me so that I know. But if you don't respect me, then you cannot respect my grave. That's a Muganda. Muganda agamba nti omuddu awulira yatabaze engabo ya mukamawe. You don't know it. Baganda used to marry abakazi bana. Kadulubale, Kabeja, Muwanika, Nasaza agaba magera and English.
Bakazi bana?
Muganda bera n'abakazi bana. Ate bino okubeera mu muyima.
Mu bana?
Muyima alize mikisa. Baganda bagala nnyo abakazi abayima.
Naye ekyo tokituukiriza ekyabana.
Do you know me? Agati nti omuddu awulira. What does it mean? What does a Muganda say? A Muganda says, if you are an obedient servant, I can send you twale nyama makagegindi. Kakati oyinza okusanga omukazi ngali week. Eventually kubanga musajja ina abakazi bameka.
Bana.
Does he go there every day?
No.
Kakati an obedient good servant ends up sleeping with somebody's wife. That's what the Muganda says. Omuddu awulira atabaze engabo ya mukamawe. Kakati okutabaza engabo is not a shield.
Mbadde manyene engabo.
Nego bobanga
bondala.
Anti wulira kakati gwe ovuma omukazi wange omuvumi nkuzaayo. Kakati nze n'abaana bangi from different mothers. Nina amagezi gange goenkola. Nyinza okukubira omu ne mugamba nti maama wo oweegindi ali mu ddwaliro. Gataliyo.
Olabe reaction.
Ye reaction. Kakati nemmanya. You go. Nenga munoonyeza simulaba okubye ku simu ye. Ambadde sinagendayo nga nkutegeera. Bwe tojja kulabirira Baganda bo nga nfudde.
Engo muvaako.
Yes, tukola obuntu omusajja akola omuganda akola obuntu butono yobulaba. Always respect somebody's will. Abayina kyalabi.
Bayina ensonga kwasinzira.
Kwa Baganda kasitaba kuleka mu ddame kitabu n'agamba ti omwana oyo yantuula mu kifuba. You know what it means?
What does it mean?
Okutuula mu kifuba. Kitabu n'akuleka mu ddame lye nti omwana yantuula mu kifuba. Wayagala ku bakazi be.
Kanzige.